How to stop regretting missed opportunities. Regret over missed opportunities can weigh heavily on the mind, casting a shadow over present joys and future possibilities. Whether it's a job not taken, a relationship not pursued, or a chance not seized, dwelling on what could have been can trap us in a cycle of self-blame and stagnation. However, letting go of regret is not only possible, but also liberating. By shifting our perspective, embracing self-compassion, and taking proactive steps, we can move forward with confidence and purpose. This essay explores practical strategies to stop regretting missed opportunities and live more fully in the present. Reframe missed opportunities as lessons. One of the most effective ways to release regret is to reframe missed opportunities as valuable lessons rather than failures. Every choice or inaction, at the time, was based on the information, emotions, and circumstances you faced. Instead of viewing a missed opportunity as a loss, consider what it taught you. For example, passing up a job offer might have clarified your career priorities, or hesitating to take a risk might have revealed areas where you need to build confidence. By focusing on the wisdom gained, you transform regret into a tool for personal growth. To practice this, reflect on a specific missed opportunity. Write down what happened, why you made the choice you did, and what you learned. This exercise can help you see that even mistakes contribute to your development. Over time, this mindset shift reduces the emotional weight of regret and empowers you to make bolder decisions in the future. Practice self-compassion. Regret often stems from harsh self-judgment, where we berate ourselves for not knowing better or acting differently. Practicing self-compassion can break this cycle. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Acknowledge that everyone misses opportunities. It's a universal human experience. You are not defined by a single decision, and one missed chance does not diminish your worth or potential. To cultivate self-compassion, try a simple exercise. When regret surfaces, pause and speak to yourself gently. For instance, say, "I did the best I could with what I knew at the time, and that's okay." Research by psychologist Kristin Neff shows that self-compassion reduces negative emotions and fosters resilience. By forgiving yourself, you create space to focus on the present rather than dwelling on the past. Focus on the present moment. Regret thrives when we live in the past, replaying scenarios we cannot change. To counter this, anchor yourself in the present moment through mindfulness practices. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the here and now without judgment. It helps you detach from the what-ifs and appreciate what is within your control today. Simple mindfulness techniques, like deep breathing or meditation, can ground you. For example, spend 5 minutes focusing on your breath, noticing each inhale and exhale. When thoughts of regret arise, gently redirect your attention to the present. Over time, mindfulness weakens the grip of regret by training your mind to stay engaged with current opportunities. As Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." Take action to create new opportunities. One of the most empowering ways to move past regret is to take action toward new goals. Missed opportunities can feel paralyzing, but they don't define your future. Identify something you've always wanted to try, whether it's learning a skill, reaching out to someone, or pursuing a passion, and take a small step toward it. Action creates momentum, which can overwrite the narrative of regret with one of possibility. For instance, if you regret not traveling when you were younger, plan a small trip or explore a new place locally. If you passed up a career opportunity, seek out networking events or online courses to build new skills. Each step forward reinforces that opportunities are not finite. New ones can always be created. This proactive approach shifts your focus from what was lost to what can still be gained. Limit counterfactual thinking. Counterfactual thinking, imagining alternative outcomes like "if only I had done X," fuels regret. While it's natural to wonder about different paths, excessive counterfactual thinking keeps you stuck in an imagined past. To limit this, consciously challenge these thoughts. Ask yourself, is dwelling on this helping me now? Or what can I do today to move forward? These questions redirect your energy toward productive actions. Another strategy is to set boundaries for rumination. For example, give yourself 10 minutes to think about a missed opportunity, then shift to a positive activity, like journaling about your goals or engaging in a hobby. By limiting the mental space you give to regret, you free up energy for creativity and growth. Embrace gratitude for what you have. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to regret. When we focus on what we lack or missed, we overlook the abundance in our lives. Practicing gratitude shifts your perspective to what you have rather than what you don't. Studies show that gratitude increases life satisfaction and reduces negative emotions like regret. Try keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things each day that bring you joy or fulfillment. These could be as simple as a kind conversation, a sunny day, or a personal achievement. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to notice the positive, making it harder for regret to dominate your thoughts. Accept the uncertainty of what could have been. Finally, accept that you'll never know for certain what a missed opportunity would have brought. The mind often idealizes alternative outcomes, assuming they would have been better than reality. But the truth is, every path has its challenges. That dream job might have been stressful. That relationship might not have worked out. By accepting the uncertainty of the past, you release the need to rewrite it. To reinforce this, remind yourself that life is a series of choices, and no single decision determines your entire path. Each moment offers a chance to pivot, grow, and create a future aligned with your values. Letting go of the need for certainty allows you to embrace the possibilities of the present. Conclusion: stopping regret over missed opportunities is not about erasing the past, but about transforming how you relate to it. By reframing missed chances as lessons, practicing self-compassion, staying present, taking action, limiting counterfactual thinking, embracing gratitude, and accepting uncertainty, you can break free from regret's hold. These strategies empower you to live with intention and optimism, focusing on the opportunities that lie ahead. Life is not defined by what you missed, but by what you choose to do next. Take that next step and let regret fade into the background as you build a future full of possibility. Title: The Art of Letting Go: Navigating the Regret of Missed Opportunities. Introduction. In the intricate journey of life, we often find ourselves at crossroads, facing choices that shape our future. But what happens when we look back and see a path not taken, a door left unopened? The regret of missed opportunities can feel like a heavy anchor, weighing us down with what-ifs. These moments, whether they involve a professional chance, a personal connection, or an adventure, can become sources of persistent sorrow. While it's natural to reflect on these moments, living in a constant state of regret can hinder our growth. The key to moving forward is to reframe our perspective, focusing on acceptance and the power of the present moment. Body paragraph 1. The first step in releasing regret is to understand its nature. Regret is not a productive emotion. It is a backward-looking state that keeps us from engaging fully with our current reality. Often, the missed opportunity we romanticize is a simplified, idealized version of what could have been. We tend to forget the complexities, challenges, and sacrifices that would have accompanied that path. By acknowledging that every choice involves trade-offs, we can begin to see that the path we are on also has unique benefits and lessons. Accepting this complexity helps us move from a place of wishing for an alternate reality to appreciating the reality we have created. Body paragraph 2. Another crucial aspect is to forgive ourselves. We make decisions with the information and emotional state we possess at that specific time. It is unfair to judge our past selves with the wisdom of our present selves. When we forgive our past decisions, we free ourselves from the emotional burden of self-blame. This act of self-compassion is not about excusing poor judgment, but about understanding that every decision, even a seemingly wrong one, was part of our learning process. By viewing our choices as learning experiences rather than failures, we can transform regret into a valuable lesson for the future. Body paragraph 3. Finally, the most powerful antidote to regret is action. Rather than dwelling on the past, we can channel our energy into creating new opportunities in the present. This involves being mindful of the choices we face today and having the courage to take a leap of faith. The lessons learned from past regrets can guide us, making us more decisive, resilient, and aware of the chances that cross our paths. By actively pursuing new goals and experiences, we not only build a more fulfilling future, but also demonstrate to ourselves that our story is still being written and it is full of untapped potential. The power to create new opportunities lies not in lamenting the past, but in embracing the now. Conclusion: regretting missed opportunities is a universal human experience, but it doesn't have to be a permanent state. By reframing our perspective, practicing self-forgiveness, and focusing on present action, we can release the grip of what if and step confidently into the future. Each missed opportunity is not an ending, but a turning point, offering us the wisdom and motivation to create a life filled with new possibilities. The true art of letting go is not forgetting the past, but using it as a guide to live more fully in the present. The unlived life: how to stop regretting missed opportunities. Regret is a universal and deeply human experience, a poignant echo from a past we can no longer change. Among its most persistent forms is the regret of the missed opportunity, the job not applied for, the words not spoken, the road not taken. These phantom limbs of our potential lives can haunt us, casting a long shadow over our present. Yet, to live a life captivated by these shadows is to miss the life that is still unfolding before us. Freeing ourselves from this cycle is not about erasing the past, but about reframing our relationship with it, transforming regret from a prison into a teacher. The first step toward liberation is to challenge the very illusion that fuels this specific regret, the myth of the perfect alternative. Our minds, in their quest to torment us, construct elaborate narratives of how our lives would have been infinitely better had we seized that one chance. We imagine a cascade of success, happiness, and fulfillment. However, this is a cognitive distortion. We are comparing our complex, messy reality, with all its unforeseen challenges and quiet joys, to a polished, hypothetical fantasy. The path not taken would have had its own struggles, disappointments, and sacrifices. By acknowledging that the other life is an idealized fiction, we rob the regret of its power, recognizing that we are likely mourning a reality that never existed. Once we have dismantled the fantasy, we can begin the crucial work of reframing the past. Instead of viewing a missed opportunity as a pure failure or loss, we can choose to see it as a vital source of data. Regret is, at its core, a signal from our value system. The internship we didn't pursue hurts because we value meaningful work. The friendship we let fade stings because we value connection. The trip we postponed pains us because we value adventure and experience. Analyze the regret not for what it cost you, but for what it reveals about what truly matters to you. This transforms the regret from a monument to failure into a compass, pointing you toward the values you want to prioritize in your present and future. This forward momentum is the most potent antidote to stagnation. The energy spent ruminating on the past is energy diverted from building a fulfilling present. The goal is not to become someone who never looks back, but to become someone who looks back only long enough to learn before turning their gaze forward. The most powerful way to silence the ghost of a missed opportunity is to create a new one. If you regret not studying abroad, plan a meaningful trip now. If you regret not pursuing a creative passion, enroll in a class or dedicate an hour each week to that pursuit. Action is the enemy of regret. By actively building a life that aligns with the values your regrets have revealed, you are not replacing the past, but redeeming it, using its lessons to inform a more intentional and authentic present. Finally, we must extend to ourselves the grace we would readily offer a friend. We judge our past selves with the wisdom and knowledge of the present, which is a profound unfairness. The person who made that decision did so with limited information, under different emotional pressures, and with a less evolved perspective. Hindsight is 20/20ths, but the past self was navigating with a blurred and limited vision. Practice self-compassion. Understand that you made the best choice you could with the resources you had at the time. Forgiving yourself is not about absolving a mistake. It is about accepting your own humanity and releasing the burden of a judgment that no longer serves you. To stop regretting missed opportunities is not to embark on a life of reckless risk-taking without fear. It is to embark on a life of profound acceptance and purposeful action. It is to understand that a life cannot be defined by its paths untrodden, but by the wisdom gained from the journey itself. By dismantling the myth of the perfect alternative, listening to the values our regrets reveal, taking purposeful new action, and practicing radical self-compassion, we can quiet the echoes of the past. We learn to close the door on the unlived life and step fully into the one we are in, not as a consolation prize, but as the only reality where we have the power to create, to choose, and to thrive. How to stop regretting missed opportunities. Regret over missed opportunities is one of the most persistent forms of emotional suffering we experience. The what-if scenarios that replay in our minds can become a prison, trapping us in a cycle of self-recrimination and preventing us from moving forward. Yet learning to release these regrets is not only possible, but essential for living a fulfilling life. The first step in overcoming regret is understanding its true nature. Regret often stems from our tendency to idealize the paths we didn't take while minimizing the challenges they would have presented. When we imagine that missed job opportunity, we envision only success and fulfillment, conveniently forgetting that every path has its obstacles, disappointments, and trade-offs. This cognitive bias, known as the grass is greener syndrome, distorts our perception and amplifies our sense of loss. Accepting that every choice involves sacrifice is fundamental to releasing regret. Life is not about making perfect decisions, but about making decisions with the information and circumstances we had at the time. The person you were when you made that choice was different from who you are now, operating with different knowledge, different constraints, and different priorities. Judging past decisions with present wisdom is not only unfair, but counterproductive. One powerful technique for processing regret is reframing the narrative. Instead of viewing missed opportunities as failures or mistakes, consider them as necessary parts of your journey that led you to where you are today. The job you didn't get might have prevented you from meeting your future spouse. The investment you didn't make might have saved you from a devastating loss. While we cannot know these alternative timelines, we can choose to trust that our path, however imperfect, has value and meaning. Practicing gratitude for your current situation creates a powerful antidote to regret. When we focus intensely on what we lack or what we've lost, we become blind to what we have gained. Regular gratitude practice helps shift our attention from the opportunities we missed to the opportunities we seized. From the relationships that ended to the relationships that flourished, from what went wrong to what went right. Learning from regret without dwelling on it requires developing what psychologists call functional regret. This involves extracting useful insights from past experiences while avoiding rumination. Ask yourself, what can this regret teach me about my values, priorities, or decision-making process? How can I use this knowledge to make better choices in the future? Once you've gleaned these lessons, consciously choose to redirect your mental energy toward present opportunities rather than past losses. Creating new opportunities is perhaps the most effective way to overcome regret about missed ones. Action has a way of dissolving anxiety and self-doubt. When you're actively pursuing goals and taking risks, you have less mental space for dwelling on past decisions. Moreover, each new opportunity you create proves to yourself that your capacity for growth and change hasn't expired with one missed chance. The concept of radical acceptance, borrowed from mindfulness practices, offers another pathway through regret. This involves fully acknowledging the reality of what happened without fighting against it or wishing it were different. Acceptance doesn't mean approval or resignation. It means stopping the futile battle against unchangeable facts and redirecting that energy toward what you can control now. Time perspective plays a crucial role in healing regret. What seems monumentally important in the immediate aftermath of a missed opportunity often loses its significance when viewed from a longer time frame. The promotion you didn't get 5 years ago may seem irrelevant now that you've discovered a career you're passionate about. Cultivating this long-term view helps put current regrets in perspective and reduces their emotional charge. Building resilience against future regret involves developing comfort with uncertainty and imperfection. Life will always present us with incomplete information and competing priorities. Learning to make decisions with confidence despite these limitations and accepting that some choices won't work out as hoped creates a healthier relationship with risk and opportunity. Finally, remember that the mere fact that you're capable of feeling regret indicates growth and self-awareness. The person who never experiences regret is either remarkably fortunate or lacks the introspection to recognize missed opportunities for learning and improvement. Your regrets are evidence that you have evolved beyond who you were when those decisions were made. The goal is not to eliminate all regret from your life, but to transform it from a source of paralysis into a catalyst for growth. By accepting the past, learning from it, and focusing your energy on present and future opportunities, you can break free from the cycle of regret and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. The opportunities you missed are gone, but the opportunity to build something meaningful from where you are now remains entirely within your grasp.